this video, we are going to do something that has been requested. I'm just going to set up a brand new campaign, pulling data from an auto report, setting up, naming it, setting up a budget, and setting up bids. That's what so many people ask me, what bids do I use? So we left off last time on this report. We pulled this report from an auto. If you don't remember, go back and watch the last video. Okay. So really quickly is we have this data from an auto. I'm going to and then we have an exact match campaign already running. Yep. So I just want Kai to run through what he's done so far with this golf brush, what he's taken from the auto and put into exact.
Awesome. So as you've seen from the previous videos, we started with this product from the very beginning, first campaign, auto campaign. Now we are diving into the weeds on the results. And what has happened is I have taken all of the keywords that have made sales in my auto campaign and added them to my exact campaign right here.
Yep. And that's it, guys. It's that simple. You go to the auto campaign, you export it, you see what search terms are getting sales, you bid on them in exact match. Okay.
Exactly.
Now, what I want to touch on, and again, let's say this is me coming into this account for the first time, right? That's the whole point of this kind of series, guys, is like, if I'm auditing a bigger account, it's kind of the same process as this. I want to see what's happening. So right off bat, when I'm thinking of exact match, I want to be at top of search. Right away, if I'm opening any exact match campaign, this is the first place I'm coming to. Okay.
And if you guys see these mistakes that I'm making, these rookie mistakes, this is exactly why we're doing this, because I am also running these campaigns when we're not making these videos, and Luke is coming in here and fixing all of my mistakes.
Yep, exactly. Right. So that's the point of this. So we're looking for big differences in numbers here. Okay. And what I'm seeing right away is at your top of search, you're getting triple the click-through rate than at rest of search. So first off, this is saying that, I mean, you know, whatever images and price you have is working, because this click-through rate is crazy high, right?
Okay, that's good, right?
So exactly, that's the point, is this is what you want from exact match. You want impressions at top of search, okay? So if I was coming in here and I was saying, because what we're going to do, guys, we're going to walk through beginning to end. I'm going to set up a broad match campaign. If you see these numbers, and yes, you have gotten more orders from rest of search. But what I would want you to test out is some placement stats. Okay. Because you want to tell Amazon, hey, I'm getting 30,000 impressions in other places. I only want to get impressions at top of search with my exact match campaigns.
And by changing that to 30%, what did you do?
Great question. So if I come in here 30%, right? I'm starting off conservative. You guys know you can go as high as 900%.
Watch the video. He's covered this already.
One of my famous ones is 900% placement stats. Okay. So you have a keyword in here, golf accessory for men. The bid is at 150. So that's telling Amazon is you're going to pay, if you have down bidding only, you're going to pay 150. If I put a placement stat on that of 30%, I'm going to multiply this by 1.3. Okay. Because I'm raising it by 30%.
Okay. So
this is telling Amazon if you can show at the top of the page and like you convert well, you will pay $1.95 per click for this bid right here.
Got it.
So this can always remember that is like, it's just, you're just multiplying it by whatever it is. So if you bid $3, all of a sudden a 30% placement stat almost raises you to $4. Okay. So that can really get out of hand. And then just one thing here is right. We have two things working. So I think we see that too. So you have up, down bidding. If you guys have been following me, I love up, down bidding. Keep it going. Right? Keep that. So now we have 100% plus 30%. Okay. So things start to stack. Just remember that.
Yeah. And remember that they compound on top of each other.
Exactly. So that $1.50 bid, before we raised it multiplied it by 1.3. Now, in theory, we're multiplying it by 2.3. So all of a sudden it's a $3.45 bid, or, you know, that you might pay for click.
Mhm.
Okay. So all I can say here is instead of changing bids, I'm a much bigger fan of changing all of this stuff. Try down only. So
Oh,
this is
okay.
another option. Try down only with 130, because that's the same exact thing, right?
Mhm.
So Kai, yep, that's no problem. Kai just took a call real quick, but we're gonna keep going here. All right. So think about that. Always look at this and say that, okay, these add up to 130. That's a really quick kind of math lesson there for bids and placement stats. All right. So does that kind of make sense from your end?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm gonna keep this because again, this is the same thing as up and down, and down only would be with that 0. Okay.
Okay, so your first choice, instead of bidding or upping and downing the bids on keywords, you're saying, let's make some adjustments to the entire campaign strategy first before we take a deep dive into keyword specifics.
Yep. Especially with exact match. And that just because
Okay.
you really want them to show up where you want them to show up. I think that's a much bigger point there. Okay.
Got it.